so much.
Welcome.
Okay, so I want to address you by a different name right
Okay.
now. It's Wynne Channing.
Yes.
And that was a name that
Called
you.
that.
That was a name that you used when you wrote a series of teen vampire romance novels.
Yep.
Why that name? How do you come up with a name like that?
That's actually my middle name
Oh,
and the street that I grew up on.
Wow.
Really?
It's like an alter ego.
Yeah.
So we just talked about kids moving back
Yep.
home. What are your thoughts on that topic?
You guys made a lot of excellent points, and I actually moved out when I was 18 to go to school, and so I really think that I really liked your point about sort of independence, but I think if your parents are okay with it, it's the best for your finances. My man-child of a husband, he lived at home until, like forever, and he was able to save so much money. And like you said, student debt, tens of thousands of dollars. So if you can, any way that you can save money, pay down that debt, including living at your parents' house for a little bit, it's great for your financial success.
No, I completely agree. That's why I decided to live with my parents. Well, they forced me, but I do genuinely enjoy living with them. So it's the Christmas season, and I know
Yep.
lots of people are buying Christmas presents, and I tend to overspend and then cry when I look at my credit card bill at the end of the month. Do you have any tips for not overspending in this Christmas season?
So, yes, it is very easy to overspend. Everyone gets super excited over the festive holiday season. You get excited about spending. You see all the spending cues, like the sales, the ads, the decorations, right? And everyone around you is spending. So herd mentality, right? So you also get swept up in it, and then afterwards you are feeling a lot of regret. So I have two solutions for this issue. Number one, if you can, start with a plan. So that means figure out who you need to buy for, what you need to buy, tally it all up, look at the total. If that total freaks you out, then you need to cross things off of your list. The other way to do it is to go backwards. Think about, I have this amount of money to spend, let's allocate it properly. The second thing is your credit card bill. You don't want the ghost of Christmas past haunting your credit card bill. So I would use cash. Take the cash that you need and then go shopping with that, because your brain processes pain when you use cash. So you see an ugly Christmas sweater, it's 50 bucks, you're like, ouch, 50 bucks. But if you use your credit card, it actually removes the pain. So then you're like, oh, $50 for, an ugly Christmas sweater? It's done.
No, yeah, I actually I hit up the ATM first at the mall, and then I pay with cash and I buy all my stuff. Yeah.
Interesting.
Good plan.
So this is for my friends, of course. They have lots. So I'm asking for them over here, but some people have trouble saving for the long term.
Some.
and I was just wondering for my friends at home if you had any tips.
Hey,
out with that.
no shame, because I've considered a money expert, but in the past I've also had problems saving, right? I mean, research shows we enjoy putting value in the present, right? We don't like delayed gratification. We basically like tomorrow, we'll worry about later. So you have to basically outsmart yourself. So before, I used to save by waiting till the end of the month and just saving whatever I had left over. Surprise, surprise, nothing was in my bank account, right? And so it's like eating a bowl of chips. You're like, I'm gonna save some of this for tomorrow, right? And then 10 minutes later, you're like, oh crap, there's no chips in this bowl. So you actually have to take a handful of chips out first.
Yeah.
Same things for saving. So basically automatically pull an online transfer of money into a separate account. Every month, you will notice it's gone, and then you won't spend it.
Yes.
Wow, that's really smart.
That's
Yeah.
so that's kind of what I've been doing. Like every paycheck just automated goes to my TFSA, and so I made it a goal for myself to buy a house in 5 years.
Okay.
And I wanted to know if, given the state of the economy, do you think it's better to rent or do you think it's better to buy?
Oh, a house is expensive, especially in Toronto and Vancouver. So if you
sure.
do have to adjust your goals, your home ownership dreams, that's okay. Like living with your parents for a little bit longer, asking them to help you with a down payment, maybe moving into a condo first as opposed to a house maybe outside of the city. That being said, there's nothing wrong with renting when you're young, because it gives you the mobility, it gives you flexibility to move, you get another job, right? And also it frees up some of your money. It's not all tied into a house, so you can use it for other priorities.
Wow, thank you.
No, that's like super true. Like the moving part, because if you buy a house, you're stuck.
Well, you'd have to rent it out, and that may stress you out, so,
It's a struggle. So one of the things that I noticed you said is only shop when you're not hungry and you're in a good mood.
Yes.
So what happens if you shop when you're very angry and very hungry?
Okay. No, it's a lot of people. Research shows that when your mental resources are limited, you have lower willpower, right? You ever heard of retail therapy? You're feeling crappy, so you go and try to make yourself feel better by buying something, which is probably not good for you in the long run. Or when you're hungry and you go grocery shopping, you buy more food than you think you, because you overestimate how much you can eat. And so if you're not in a good place, if you're stressed, if you're tired, don't go online shopping. Stay out of the malls, because you'll probably make poor choices.
You know, I completely agree. Every time I go eat food when I'm hungry, it's too much food. And I always throw some out. It's
Yeah, you
so
get excited. You're like, I'm just gonna eat this entire can of whipped cream. And afterwards, you're like, why would I do this?
There it
Speaking
goes.
of
There's Diet Coke.
speaking of impulses, what are your thoughts on how to stop impulse buys?
Ooh, that's a good one, because we all do it sometimes. Waiting period. Institute a waiting period. So if you're in the mall, put something on hold, walk away. Think about it. If you are online shopping, leave something in your shopping cart, come back to it 24 hours later. You need to create some space between the time you see something and then the time that you buy it, right? You need your brain to process the actual purchase. You're like, do I need this? Oh, I already have one in my closet. So take some time. If you don't trust yourself, if you think, I'm totally gonna buy this, again, leave your credit card at home, take only the cash that you need or that you think you can spend. Unsubscribe from all of those shopping emails. Don't tempt yourself.